Hey YouTube, Windraiser here, today coming to you with another Transformers review, and here he is finally at long last. Even though he was part of the first wave of Age of the Primes, I am now looking at the first Prime, Prima Prime. And oh, this figure is glorious. I love him. I adore him. I'm happy I found him. My Walmart restocked him, so yay. Um, he is packaged in robot mode, but I just now transformed him into his alt mode, so I wanted to start here, and I have it to where his accessories and everything is pegged into where it needs to go. This is his transformation is interesting, like very interesting, and there are certain things that you need to like really pay attention to what you're doing when you're pegging all this into place. But his alt mode is very interesting. I've never seen anything like it. I do love all the silver, the gunmetal grays. I love the blue. The blue is beautiful. Now, his head is right there. If you don't have this flat up against everything, like it's just barely that far from the table. Like it is a millimeter from the table. We have his accessories pegged in, so you have the blade here, the hilt is pegged here, and I want to place it in place. And I have his matrix in his chest. Yes, he comes with a matrix of leadership. What I wanted to show off before I put him into his alt mode, I'm going to go ahead and take the accessories off. So here's the hilt of the sword, and the blade is right here. So he basically essentially has the Star Saber. So you peg these together, and you have to make it to where these slits go over those pieces right there. So it has to go in this way, or otherwise it's not going to fit. But once you get in there, it's a nice secure, and it stays. So we'll set this off to the side. Size comparison. Here he is next to his brother, the Fallen, aka Megatronus. No, we have Leader, Voyager, and I have Deluxe Alchemist. I am looking forward, as of this review, I am looking forward to what is it? Amalgamous Prime. Oh, it's gonna be good. But yeah, get a close-up look at him. I love the details on this guy. Like very nice, very what would be considered Cybertronian. And it works. We do have 5mm ports on either side. You have here, here. You have one here, which is used for the sword. Once you've have it all combined together, you basically just peg it into this hole here, and he can kind of like stab you with it. Oh, very nice. Like I said, he does roll. No, now his head's going against the thing. Yep, now his head's on it. Yep. Now he doesn't want to roll. So there we go. So I'm rolling him, and his head is just barely touching the table. I had some news. So that's the only thing I don't like is the head placement. But it is what it is. So let's go ahead and get him in transform. Before we do that, he does have a hover mode. So you basically just fold these out. Fold these wheels in like so. And he essentially has the hover mode that you would see in the War and Fall of Cybertron video games. So that is very cool. And it kind of works. But how this is angled, they angle that way, so it's propulsion more. I can see this on a flight stand working, but the port for that is behind his keister. So you would need one of the claws. So let's go ahead and get him transformed. So first you're going to do is keep these out. You're going to come to what will be the legs, fold them all the way out. Go ahead and fold out the feet. These, you have to fold like this, because when you fold them the other way, this tab sits in this little groove right here. And go ahead and fold that in. And that tab will sit where the legs were, where this tab on the feet were for the heels. So there you go. And we just unpeg his legs. Gotta go and raise up. Next, we're gonna come to what will be the arms and torso. So go ahead, fold up the head, fold in the wheels, and you're gonna rotate this whole torso assembly around. Oh, before you do that, you need to undo the arms. So pop off the bumper. These are tabbed into the side here by that little slot and that little tab right there. If you don't line it up, it is finicky. So bring that down. Then you can rotate this around. And for some reason, he has this joint here. It doesn't say what it's used for in the instructions. So go ahead and bring his arms out. Fold this all the way back. Bring this down. And there are tabs here that are going to essentially peg into a slot right there. So once you have that lined up, it should go in nicely, like so. Take the arms, rotate them around, fold out the fist, and close it up. Rotate, fold out, and close up. And there you essentially have Prima Prime in his robot mode. And it's a good looking robot mode. It's very interesting. His head sculpt, though, that I do love and I find interesting, is based off a episode from the G1 cartoon 5 Faces of Darkness. So, yeah, cool. Let's go ahead and get a close-up look at that noggin, though. Very nice. Nice silver. I love the little ear things he has on the side. Nice bright blue for the eyes. It's a nice blue on the chest, blue on the shoulders. Got some blue there on the kneecaps and then shins. And it's essentially basically white and silver and grays. And I'm okay with that. I do like it. It's very different from some of the other ones because he's the first Prime, according to TF Wiki lore. Size by size comparison, real quick before I get into his posability. Here he is with Alchemist Prime. So you can see how tall he is there. And if I had Megatronus transformed, his head would be a little bit taller, so he'd be shorter than Megatronus. That was very cool. Very interesting and very cool. I do like it. Posability on him. The head is on a ball joint, so we can look up and can do a full 360. The shoulder pads are on 2 hinges here and here. So they do move. Blah. There is a rotational hinge here. There is an in and out, and when these are here, they will accommodate with the shoulder, so they will move with it. There is a bicep swivel over 90-degree bend at the elbow. I just noticed he had silver inside the arm. Ew. That's the only problem I have is that these don't stay closed very well. The wrists do rotate. There's a little all 4 fingers do move, open and close. If you lift the side skirts up, he does have a waist rotation. His legs can kick forward that far. They can kick back that far until they hit the back part of his alt mode. They can kick out that far. There is a thigh swivel just below that. He has a over 90-degree knee bend, even with the car kibble. And his feet can, if you keep doing it, they can move forward and back a bit, but they can also swing out to the side. So he has some nice posability. I'm just having trouble getting him to stand. There we go. Now, like I said, he does have his weapon here, that being the Star Saber. And you can see there's a post here which he can peg onto these posts here on the side, so it can store right there, or he can hold it. But he does have another accessory that resides within his chest. I'll go ahead and pop that open. And then we have the matrix of leadership, of what it used to look like before it was passed down through the ages and Prime took it. And this is the same matrix that was used for the Earthrise Prime and the Laser Rod Prime molds. I have this for Scourge and the Velocitron and Toxitron, as well as my Earthrise Netflix Prime. But I do love it. It's all nice and silver, like blue crystal. And what I do like is that there is details here in the front of his chest plate, as well as inside his chest. Very nice. Like even the underside of the bumper has details. And what you can do, close that up, with the Star Saber, you can take the matrix and plug it on. And I just realized I had the blade backwards. Ooh. Yeah, be careful with this. This is a thin, hard plastic, so if you bend it, it will snap. And now he can wield the mighty Star Saber. I have the power! I'm sorry, I had to do that reference. Not very cool, but if you don't want, like I said before, if you don't want this on there, you can just, or have him hold the sword, you can just store the sword here on the back. And if you don't want the matrix on the sword, you can just keep it here within his chest. And for me, that's where that thing's going to stay, because I do not want to lose it. But yes, this is a very cool figure. I have seen people customizing him into different colors, into their own variations of the character. I think I've seen one do it to where he's in those Sentinel colors from that G1 episode of the Five Faces of Darkness, where he's blue and orange. People are doing what they want with this character, and to be honest, I like all their customizations, all their different ideas. Like, kudos to all of them. But there you guys have it. There is my review, finally, that I have him, on Transformers Age of the Primes Prima Prime. I'm Windraiser, and I will see y'all on the next review.